Okay. Next, we have Kelly Benjamin, who has actually reported from the last 3 summits, United Nations Climate Change Summits, and he's a journalist and a community activist. Kelly.
Hello, thank you. I agree with everything that Robin just said, and I think it's incredibly important to begin to have this dialogue at this point. I've been involved in some of these issues for a long time, and it's interesting as we're in the middle of a campaign cycle here for the city elections. I've been trying to bring a lot of these issues up on the campaign trail, and it's very difficult. So part of this movement that I see happening here with this group and some of the other events that are very positive with the community gardens and the transition initiative that's taking place here is that we're beginning a dialogue on these crucial issues. I think that the last 50 years of urban development has been ultimately very unsustainable, and we have to create a cultural shift and an understanding that all these converging crises that we're facing with climate change, with food security, the car culture, our ultimate living patterns that are very energy intensive have to shift. It's very difficult to bring that up. You know, as Councilwoman Muller and I have been on the campaign trail, you know, I've been trying to insert some of these things into the dialogue here and there, and it's very difficult until I think it becomes completely inevitable that, you know, we're facing it, and it becomes more and more inconvenient for people not to face these issues. So food security, living patterns, and coming up with community-oriented living energy sources and living patterns is ultimately, to me, what this dialogue is all about. And then, you know, on top of that is the entire transition initiative, transitioning away from sprawl, away from car culture, and to begin to organize our living structure, our urban environment, our built environment in a way that's going to be more sustainable. And ultimately, it's a quality of life issue as well. I think we had a lot of these ideas initially in city planning when communities were sprouting up, and somewhere along the line, we lost that. And I think it started to happen, you know, as the suburbanization perpetuated after post-World War II cities like Tampa, which is, you know, dominated by strip malls and suburbs and, you know, traffic and gridlock on the highways here. If we don't begin to address these issues now, it's going to be, you know, it's already in many ways too late. In fact, it's very daunting if you look at this environment now and look towards what we need. And some of the examples that are out there, other cities are very advanced in dealing with them, particularly in Europe, particularly in some of the smaller cities across the United States. We're very behind. I was at the last 2 United Nations Framework Conventions on Climate Change and talking to city leaders and regional leaders, and people are at least 20 years ahead of us in dealing with these issues. We need to start this dialogue now. Thank you.